Satnam and hello, hello. How are you all? It's a gorgeous day outside. So I thought I'd take our reading out into nature for today. It seemed like a nice little switch up. It was raining all yesterday. The moon was in Cancer, so whenever the moon's in water signs, I kind of expect rain. And now the moon's in Leo and the sun's back out, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And so are you. I hope you are doing well. I welcome you to my channel, Opal Rose Oracle. Today we are doing a collective reading for the transit from Leo through Virgo, which will be this weekend. Come Monday, the moon will be entering the sign of Libra. So I am so happy to be here with all of you, to be able to do these readings. I got my sage. I was grabbing my lighters. Some sage for you. Some sage for me. And like always, I meditate before I go into the reading so that I am tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to the highest vibration of intuition so that we can get clear and concise messages for the collective, for our highest good and the good of all in our lives. So we're going to take a second and we're going to call in our angels. Angels, archangels, guardian angels, guides, spirit guides and ancestors, gods and goddesses, beings of the highest vibration of love, light, healing, truth, and destiny. Be with me, be with us, and give us clear, concise messages for the collective, for our current now, moving through this weekend, as we move through the Leo into Virgo moon transit. Thank you for clear and concise messages to help guide us on our highest path forward. It is a little blustery today, so hopefully I won't have to chase after any cards. Fingers crossed. And toes. So I got my Mystical Fairy Tarot. I have our Goddess Tarot. I have our Animal Spirit Oracle that will pull for clarifiers after the tarot, as well as our Follow Your Light. The Oracle of the Unicorns. And then we finish off our reading with the Kuan Yin Oracle. So, without further ado, let's jump in and see what messages the universe has for us. Clear and concise. We had 7 of Wands in the reverse come out. So this is fire energy. It is working towards a goal. It is fatigue, fatigue from all the hard work and effort that we've been putting in. And when it's in reverse, I'd like to say that maybe we're going within, taking a step back, because it came out with the 4 of Swords, which is definitely a going within, meditative, kind of reviewing our lives, and it came out with the Six of Cups in reverse. So we have this energy of kind of pausing what we've been working so hard on, so that we can kind of go within and kind of take a look at the past situations, where we've been, where we're going. The Six of Cups can talk about nostalgia. It can talk about soulmates and past life relationships. So maybe we are going within and kind of analyzing our relationships. And honest to goodness, this is kind of the time right for that. I do live in a neighborhood, so if it is too loud, I'll take it inside. Just let me know. Like, give me a comment, because the neighbor boy, he's like 11. Apparently, he's learning how to mow the lawn this afternoon. I did not anticipate that. But yeah, just leave me a comment. Let me know if it's too loud. We're kind of going within, taking a step back from what we've been working on and coming to a meditative place. Reviewing past relationships, maybe even going back to childhood and kind of seeing where we've come from and what kind of brought us to this current now. This is a deep, reflective energy. I'm also getting kind of going within and analyzing what we value. We're in the shadow period for Venus retrograde. Venus goes retrograde May 13th. And Venus is the planet of love, partnership, and the arts, beauty. And when any planet goes retrograde, we take the energy from it going direct and being a very outward focus to very inner focus. So we know, or maybe we don't know, but we're in Pluto retrograde right now, and that is the planet of death and transformation. Oh, thank you, Io. I'm sending you so much love. Yes. So we're in this Pluto retrograde right now, which is the planet of death and transformation. So a lot of, with it going retrograde, rather than seeing kind of massive outward transformations, they're happening inwardly. And these inner transformations, with Pluto being retrograde, and now we're in the shadow period of Venus retrograde, there's a lot of kind of going within, transforming from within, taking time to meditate, taking time to see what we truly value. I'm feeling this, like, what are we going to bring with us moving forward? What are we going to invest in, sort of energy? Because we're transforming, but we're transforming on the inside, and it has everything to do with Venus, love, relationships, how we express ourselves through art, what we deem beautiful. So there's a lot of reflection energy going on with those two planets right now. I know later this summer, Chiron's going to go retrograde, but that's really not going to be playing into the current energies now. I'll definitely, once we get closer to that Chiron retrograde, I'll let you guys know. You'll probably start feeling it. Especially if you're in Aries. My moon's in Aries. It's probably why I have a Chiron gong and not the Venus gong that I thought I was going to go get. You never know. Things speak to you. Instruments especially, they speak to you when you go to get an instrument for yourself. You gotta, like, feel them out. And then they're your comrades. All right. So we're doing all this internal work. We're kind of taking a step back from the effort that we've been putting in. We're allowing ourselves to go in. We're allowing ourselves to review. Because why? We want to move on to calmer waters. Six of Swords. We want peace. And I just want all of us right now to just affirm that we deserve, peace of mind and peace of environment. So yeah, we're getting ready to pick up, let go of major baggage, and really just lighten our loads. And I love that. I love that for all of us. So the Seven of Pentacles popped out with the Queen of Swords. So earth energy, air energy. We have quite a bit of air energy with the Four of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. This is our first major arcana, and we've got a little bit of fire, but it's in the reverse, and we got a little bit of water. Seven of Pentacles. We're moving on to smoother partnerships, smoother collaborations. Because we have been working hard. We're kind of tired. We're tired of, having to defend ourselves. And we're tired of just having partnerships being heavy. We're learning a lot of lessons right now, a lot of karmic lessons. So Seven of Pentacles, we've been working hard, working really, really hard, and that could have produced some fatigue. And I think that was why I was channeling the Seven of Pentacles for the Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is all about vulnerability and being on the higher ground. But we have been working hard, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to be really discerning about how we move forward. Queen, we're going to be receptive to the wisdom we hold within, because the Queen of Swords is very sharp. She's very discerning. She's very intuitive, but in a very thoughtful way. More of the mind. And she feels the vibrations of things. So there's a lot of feeling our way forward. Really discerning what we're putting our efforts and energy into, so that we are creating the outcomes, the lighter outcomes that we see. Let's see what other messages we have for the collective. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Awesome. So this could speak to family situations, but it can also speak to complete prosperity, wealth and abundance, and a happy home life, happy family life. And that's what we want, whether it's family in the traditional sense or just the family you create in your world. You want it to feel stable and healthy and strong and abundant. Any other messages for the collective? Any clarity for maybe this Ten of Pentacles? Two cards wanted to jump out. We'll take them. Okay, so we have an ending of a situation, maybe an ending of a job or an ending of a family situation, because we have a fairy farewell. We are releasing. Fairies clever, fairies bright, from garden, wood, and pond, shed your glorious light. Many thanks for helping me find a path that's true and right. And I think we are really discerning our paths forward right now. So much is changing within the collective. Um, you know, yes, with this global pandemic and the gradual reopening of things, but with this time that we've had together and this time to go within, there's been a lot of discernment going on in what's serving us and what's holding us back. And Spirit's really calling us to allow. There is an allowing, like how the snake just sheds its skin. It doesn't fight it. In fact, it feels great relief once it's shed that tight, constricted skin. And it's free. It's free. So farewells are not always easy. But they can be beneficial. And I've seen that a lot in my life. I've had to do a lot of letting go in this lifetime, and sometimes I didn't see how it benefited me for years, like decade later. Spirit always let me know, always let me come into this wisdom. We always eventually come into the wisdom of how releasing has served us. And okay, so the fairy farewell came out with the Magician, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Cups. So we are manifesting, and we're really making decisions, choice and partnership, choice and direction. And that's a lot to consider, because when we consider where we want to go, where our soul is calling us, and what we're manifesting, we have to look at our partnerships, and we have to look at the directions that are open to us, and really see what is going to really feel into which direction is the right one for us. Because there's that Seven of Cups energy when you can have a lot of choices, but only one of them is really speaking to your soul. And that's the one you kind of have to ignore everything else, focus in, and choose that path. So we are releasing so that we can manifest bigger and better things, a new direction, and new partnerships. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because the partnerships that we enter into, whether they're work or relationship, they always help us grow in one way, shape, or form. Whether it's a really healthy and it uplifts us, or whether it's maybe more of a struggle of a relationship and more of a Saturnian lesson. I've been through many, many, many of those, and they grow us. They grow us in a way that book knowledge, those experiences, ounce of experience worth a pound of book learning. I'm all about education. Please understand. I love education. But experience. You can have all the book knowledge in the world, but that experience teaches you something rich. It teaches you how to apply intellectual knowledge. And I think we are applying a lot of knowledge right now. We are, looking at the past. We're looking at where we've come from, and we are making decisions that are going to catapult us forward into the next, stage of life. Now, we do have to take care of ourselves. Queen of Pentacles. Got a lot of receptive energy out, all queens. So Queen of Earth and Queen of Air. And the Queen of Pentacles, you know, she's the catch. She knows her value. She has a strong sense of self-worth and self-love. She's cultivated it. We all have to cultivate these things. And I mean, there are billions of souls on the planet, so I know at least some of those billions are doing really well in the realm of self-love. But for many more of us, especially empaths, intuitives, and healers, we go through growing experiences, and the universe puts us through those dark nights of a soul so that we learn our self-value, we learn our magic, we learn our power, we learn what's really true for us. And we learn healthy boundaries, sometimes by not having any, you know, at some point or another. But after we do all that learning, we really come into this place of deep self-love and appreciation of, wow, I've really survived all that. Wow, I really understand myself now, what I value, what's important to me, what I need to feel fulfilled. And those are beautiful. Those insights are priceless. Because that's spirit speaking directly to our hearts and saying, this is why I brought you here. To help love and heal and give and show up in these ways. This is your medicine. Please help others. And so we're here, aren't we? We're here. Let's see if there's any other messages. Yeah, okay. And this self-love, you know, since this is a collective reading, some of us have may been learning from third-party situations. Some of us may have been learning about outside influence in general when it comes to relationships. But on the flip side, as we move forward, as we self-care, and as we discern, there is reasons to celebrate. You know, getting together with friends and really celebrating what we've overcome, what we've accomplished, what we've allowed ourselves to really just blossom into with all this internal energy that we've been collectively going through. Yeah. So as, you know, some of us have been dealing with third-party situations. I certainly have. And they hurt. A lot of the times. They hurt a lot. Because there's so much communication and understanding and a level of honesty to make like poly relationships work. Everybody has to be on the same page. And for those of you that, you know, this pertains to, you can probably agree. You add that third person in and things can get complicated very, very fast. And feelings can get hurt and people can feel betrayed or ignored or what have you. And there's a lot of healing that comes with, you know, going through third-party situations. Whether we were thrown into them by like a decision our partner made, or whether we were younger, indecisive, naive, and got ourselves into it. You know, there's it's a common enough thing that I feel like it's a common enough thing within the collective that in one way, shape, or form, we're all learning about that, how outside influence can whether it's romantic or not, whether it's intentional or not, does affect our sense of stability, our sense of feeling safe, and oftentimes our sense of clarity and like what direction we're actually like going in. That being said, not everyone is dealing with third parties, and some of us are just, once we move forward and we kind of let go of the heavy burdens and we've made these decisions, we're going to be happier. We're going to have reasons to celebrate, even if it's just like, I stopped biting my nails. I haven't. My anxiety, I have no nails. I'm also a massage therapist, so if I'm not cutting them, I probably bit them off. I have one pretty nail. I am so human. I'm so human. I'm so human. I'm going to pull out our goddess deck. I am not encouraging bad habits, but hey, maybe if you don't. We all have things that we're overcoming. And it can be as little as biting your nails or as big as a gambling problem, But any success, no matter how small, deserves to be celebrated. And with that Three of Cups energy, like anything you let go of, anything you release yourself from, that takes bravery. That takes so much bravery. And that bravery is worthy of celebration. It really is. Anytime you're brave for yourself, stand in your truth, allow yourself to be vulnerable, that's worthy of celebration. It is. It absolutely is. My dear goddesses, do you have any other messages for the collective? For this Leo. All right, we have Four of Staves. The Four of Wands, the 1111 card. Many of us are dealing with twin flame unions. If you're not dealing with a twin flame union, this could be reviewing just partnerships of all kinds, relationships of all kinds, things that we've committed ourselves to. We're either reviewing them or we're walking into that space. And especially if we're letting go, if we're releasing old relationships, we're freeing ourselves up to, make that decision towards a new path, a new passion, to make a decision towards a new relationship that could very well lead to like a committed offer, a passionate offer. So the moon is in Virgo as of tomorrow, I believe, Friday into Saturday. Moon transits go every 2.5 days. So we just got out of the Leo moon, or we're leaving the Leo moon today. And by this evening, I believe we'll be into our Virgo moon. And then we'll come into Libra on Monday. So yes, Virgo moon is this weekend. So you'll probably be feeling the energy. You'll probably be feeling these last few couple of days. The sun being, the sun's in Taurus. So we're in that Earth sign. We're officially into Taurus season. But our moons, we go through the zodiac one by one every 2.5 days. And so we were just in Leo, or we're still in Leo a little bit. And then we're going to be transiting into Virgo later today. Yeah. That is absolutely why you feel these energies, my love. Absolutely. I hope that gives you some clarity too, if you've been feeling intense. Yes, absolutely. This time right now is a huge time for manifesting, releasing, letting go, using this within time to really get clear with ourselves and what we value. Because we have a Venus retrograde coming up. I know I said that earlier in the reading, but kind of affirming we're in the shadow period of Venus going retrograde. That's the 2 weeks before a planet goes retrograde. We start to feel it, and we start really, really, really taking into account with the planet of Venus what we value, especially when it comes to love, beauty, money, art, all of it. And there is a huge emphasis on relationships and commitments and what we've been investing our time into, what we've been putting a lot of effort into. So any other messages for the collective in regards to this moon transit? So we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a beautiful earth energy of manifesting, having wealth, being your self-assured businesswoman, being an entrepreneur, having material abundance, which is gorgeous. Having a partnership and abundance to really nurture ourselves moving forward. And it may be with an earth sign. It may be with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, because we have the King of Pentacles. But this is also, having the Midas touch, really standing in our power, being grounded, being wise with our money, knowing what to invest in, knowing what's going to prosper and yield fruit. So whether you're dealing with an earth sign or you are harnessing the wisdom of the Earth King, the King of Pentacles, we're manifesting unions that are abundant, grounded, and I'm getting stable. We want stability. We want something that we can actually build upon. And there's magic. I love that Isis is showing up. So as we keep focusing on what we want, how we're getting ourselves stable, how we're going to nurture our own abundance, balancing being discerning, balancing self-care, we're going to have love, magic, and love. And, the Seven of Swords came out after magic and love with the Four of Staves, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So, like any good manifestation or any good wish, we may be keeping it hush-hush. We may not be sharing, our current manifestation goals with the world. If we're leaving one relationship because it's not serving us, we may be really quiet about it. Because who needs to know what's going on? You and your partner, you and whoever directly relates to your personal situation. Now, it could be secretly manifesting love, this twin flame relationship. But this may also have to do with healing secret loves, letting go of the candles that may have been burning in our brains for someone who's just gone. Because Seven of Swords can be sneaky, it can be deceptive, it can be lying and cheating. It can also be, just keeping your cards close to your chest, not actively sharing what's going on in your worlds. So for different folks, it's going to play out differently. Let's get some clarity. I'm going to get some clarity for the Seven of Swords. The Wounded Warrior. Nine of Wands. So some of us may be hiding our hearts. Our hearts may have been hurt, so we're protecting them. And I honor that. I'm pretty sure there's even a Bible scripture about protecting your heart. I can't think of it right now. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. But the Nine of Wands is been working towards your passions. You probably got a little burnt in the process. It has been difficult. It's like you're almost to the release. You're almost ready to like set down the heavy burden. But there's, you go through a war. It's like a flippin' miracle if you don't come out unscathed, at least mentally or emotionally. Never mind physically. So some of us may be very protective of our hearts right now because of sneaky energy. Some of us could be just like, this is what I'm letting go. I'm done with the lies. I'm done with the deceit. I'm done with betrayals and relationships that have just been heavy, that have wounded me. And we've survived them. We've survived that sort of behavior. And that brings us into a place of Queen of Pentacles, where we really grow in understanding of our self-worth and self-love. When we are wounded, and we're like, we're just going to keep pushing on. We're going to push past the deceit. We're going to push past the things that are hidden. Because anything that's done in the dark will come to light. It always will. It always does. And it is the path of the Guru, from darkness into light. But when we go through heavy, dark things, we realize our worth eventually, especially when we do our healing work on the inside, when we reclaim our power from situations. What has hurt us in the past makes us stronger and wiser and more aware of the love we deserve, the magic we hold inside of us, that we are capable. Now that we've done the work and we've gone within and we've healed, we've shed karmic weight. And we're in this place of manifesting true stability and abundance with our unions. But it does come with letting go. And that's the universe. I've talked many times how it is impossible to hold something new in your hand if your hands are already full. It's like when you try to carry your groceries all at the same time. And so you've got like 4 bags on this arm, you've got 3 in this hand, and then you just look at the doorknob and you're like, can I get it with my foot? And then someone comes up to you and is like, hey, can you get this? And you're just like, do you see? Do you see that my hands are so full and these bags are so heavy? No, I can't hold another thing. You're ridiculous. Hold another thing, I would drop everything. And that's that, Two of Pentacles energy, where we look at what we're juggling and then we make a decision at what gets dropped. You know, what's too heavy, and we're letting go of what's kept us down. What has kept us down, so that we are manifesting true love, true, deep, requited, honest love that's going to grow with you. That's going to help you and assist you in actualizing your dreams, in what Source has planted in your heart to do. This is a really big deal. When we are analyzing the past and our past relationships, we have to ask ourselves the question, how have I diet coped myself, and how have I diet coped my dreams? Because that is one way where we as givers and empaths and intuitives and healers have put our wants and desires on the back burner and have done ourselves a major injustice. And when we heal that, we come into a major level of self-love, where we are like, my dreams have been instilled in me by the divine. My hopes and wishes are divinely guided. I wouldn't have them in my soul, in my bones, if it wasn't divinely led. I am here to listen to my heart and my intuition and to spirit and to learn and to grow and be human as well as divine. And we see the relationships that have the capacity to grow with us. And we see from our past relationships how they could have never grown with us. You know, they didn't want what we wanted. They didn't value what we valued. Numerous reasons why. But when we come in touch with our heart and soul, and we start valuing our passions and our desires that we understand have been divinely given to us, we go about looking for relationships differently. We are more protective of our hearts because we value ourselves in a way that we didn't know to when we were younger. Like when we're 15, we're just like, oh, he likes me. Oh, she likes me. Oh, yay. Let's do this. No idea who we're getting entangled with on a quantum level. We have no idea when we're 15, 16 years old who we're getting entangled with. But we learn from those past things, and it gives us rich inner wisdom that propels us forward in our self-love, in our self-worth, and in our stability. Because Venus, she rules love, but she also rules money. And our self-love directly affects our manifesting capabilities and manifesting our fulfillment, our soul's fulfillment. So paying attention to Venus, especially now that we're in that shadow period of retrograde, what we value is really coming to the forefront. How we move forward in the lightness of heart and spirit is really coming to the forefront, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to move on because I know we're getting close to that hour mark, and I haven't even dropped into the oracles yet. So let's just drop into our animal spirits. Animal spirits, please, 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 please give us energy messages. Yes, you are never alone. So as you're making these changes, as you're listening to spirit, you are surrounded by ancestors, angels, that love and support you as you listen to your heart and your soul's higher truth and literally like seek going after that. They're cheering you on, and if you need help, they're like, call on us. We can't help you without your free will. You live in a free will universe. You have to ask us. You have to ask for our help. And the second we do, there goes grandma, grandpa, or great grandma, great grandpa, helping us release what no longer serves and bringing in what does. So as you're going through this, whether it's in relationship, job, what have you, know that you are loved and supported in all of the realms outside of this one, and within this third dimensional realm too. Even if you just have one person believing in you, let there be two. Hi, my name's Adesh, and I'm here to love and support you on your soul's path. I am here to be your cheerleader and tell you that you can do it. You can do it. You are never alone. Let's see if I can get one more yes. Be a dear with yourself and those around you. But bring a gentle touch. Bring a gentle touch to how you shift and grow and evolve. Bring a gentle touch to how other people shift and grow and evolve around you. Gentleness with ourselves and others moves mountains. I'm getting this huge sense of compassion with this card. Love for the self. No matter what we had to learn, now that we know better, we can do better. It doesn't matter what the past was. Be gentle with yourself. You're not alone. You're loved and you're supported. You're going to get a message for our angels, from our angels. You all are angels. So there's a no. And I think this has to do with, what we're releasing and what we're saying goodbye to. Because this is a message of wait, postpone, pause, and say no. And no is such an empowering word for empaths. Because we're like the yes people. It's like, you want us to come save the day here? Okay. You want us to pick up that extra shift? Okay. You want me to take care of you even though I'm exhausted? Okay. You need some healing? Okay. And it drains us, and then we're empty and crying and distraught and just in desperate need of the care and love and support that we've been giving to the whole wide world, everyone around us, our work relationships, our romantic relationships. This to me is speaking of boundaries, saying no to what weighs us down, saying no to what previously held us back, taking time to pause and get clarity and let the messages come in, and to wait and watch the unfolding. So this isn't a time to necessarily dive and jump and make huge, massive decisions. It's a time of keen observance and fortifying ourselves, whether it's, increasing our physical immunity by taking vitamin C and elderberry and colloidal silver and echinacea golden seal and all the beautiful things that we can do to really fortify your physical health. We also say no to the things that make us out of sorts or sick, the things that clearly don't serve us. And for example, for me, I can't have cane sugar. I don't, even if it's organic cane sugar. For me, my nervous system is so sensitive, I'm like a 3-year-old and I cry. Doesn't happen with fruit. Doesn't happen with honey. It doesn't happen with coconut sugar. It doesn't happen with stevia. But any form of refined or unrefined organic cane sugar wreaks havoc on my nervous system. So I know for my health, for my well-being, I have to say no. I have to decline that thing that may be delicious and may be in almost everything, because I know how it affects me and my mood, and then respectively how that ripples to my closest relationships. So there is a wisdom, knowing that we're being guided, being gentle with ourselves, and really just taking it slow, being very calculating and discerning with our steps forward, and not really showing our cards to everyone, just being like, I'm moving on, and if it's your business, I'll share, and if it's not my business, I'm going to keep it to myself. There's a lot of wisdom in that. A lot of wisdom in that. Any other angel messages for the collective? It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So as we're waiting, even though many of us are sick and tired of waiting, it's okay. There's a culmination that's happening. There's a gathering of energy, a gathering of resources. Everything's kind of aligning. And we have to allow, with no and the great gathering, it's like, wait, it's all coming together. Just watch it unfold. There is a divine timing to what's going on in our lives. And Spirit is going to be speaking to us. Spirit is going to be sending signs, synchronicities. Watch for the birds. What kind of birds are you seeing? I had a tower moment the other day, and I asked my angels, I'm like, angels, did you have a hand in this? And I looked towards the pines, and I saw this owl silently swoop through. And even though that tower hurt, I was like, okay, I can get through this. I know that I am being loved and supported in this transition right now. And it's all unfolding. It's all coming together. I am receiving the messages and the insight that I need to know on a play-by-play basis. You will be receiving the messages from Spirit, receiving those intuitive hits. Like, I'm crying right now. I've managed to get through this whole reading without crying. The Spirit is going to be speaking to us. So know that. Know that. And ask. Reach out. Ask for a sign. Ask for a synchronicity. The universe will speak to you in your language, in what you understand. It's not going to speak to you in Chinese if you don't speak Chinese. It's not going to speak to you in jazz if all you listen to is country. Vice versa, it's not going to speak to you. It's going to speak to you in your own language and what you pull messages from. So whether it's the show you're watching or music or you're out on a walk, whatever you do, and if you need soul confirmation, just ask. It could be a billboard. It could be an edible arrangements truck driving by. If you're from the States and you have that, edible arrangements is like a fruit bouquet, because we like to cut fruit into shapes and send it to each other as ways of saying we love you. But that being said, it could be a sign for you that things are literally coming to fruition, you know? Like, the universe speaks in your language, so it's always very individual when we're asking for love and support from our guides. Know that it's going to be speaking to you directly in a way that you're going to receive the message. And we will always affirm what is for me always finds me. What is for me will never miss me. I'm going to get a message from our unicorn friends. Thank you for holding space for me. I don't always cry when I do readings, but when I do, I know it's because Spirit is speaking. Any messages for the collective? Whoa, that is too much. Too much. That was like a third of the deck. Please, clear and concise messages for the collective, for their highest good and the good of all involved, in all situations, in all timelines, in all outcomes. If you don't choose one for me, I will pick one. All right, I'm going to just pick off the top. Prosperity. Prosperity, a gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. So for some of you, if you've been waiting on tax money, support from the state or federal, it's coming. If you applied for a new job, it's coming. If you're waiting for your dreams to, you're an artist and you're waiting to sell your first painting, it's going to happen. This is a promise of prosperity from the universe. When we let go, abundance and prosperity is going to come in. Any other messages for the universe? For the universe. Oh, I mean, we are. We are totally the universe. And we are extensions of it. We can't live within it without being a part of it. It's the whole dimensional thing. All right. All right, prosperity is our message from the unicorns. That being said, I'm going to jump to Kuan Yin and post some final messages on for the collective as a whole, for these current energies and the energies through the weekend. What messages, Kuan Yin, do you have for us, for the collective? What messages do you have for us? Show us clearly. So a few cards popped out. We have the Tao, 38, which is the number of 11. That is a gateway. We have Blossom of the Sky Dancer 3, which is a number of creativity, and also of fruition. Because when you think of like sex magic and sexual alchemy, it's like you have 1 and 2, and then you have that third, which for hetero couples is often a child. But if you're not looking to procreate, it's just the manifestation. You, the other person, your energies combined, they create the manifestation. So, little thing on 3s. And then we have the Book of Changes 35, which breaks down to an 8, which is a number of prosperity, but it's also of infinity and fluidity. It's like we said, when we take the 8 and we turn it on our sides, it's the infinity symbol. So I'm going to open the book and jump to the Tao. And I'll let you guys meditate on the card as I'm reading for the book. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solutions, and always reminding us we are perfection in this moment. You are being guided to relax and allow life to flow. What was I saying about this is a time to go with the flow and allow things to unfold? We are going with the flow. Beloved, you are invited into a more advanced spiritual classroom of the soul. Sometimes we think the more advanced means the more effort. And yet in spiritual matters, as we mature, we become more able to stop attempting to control and direct from our limited perspective. And instead, we become open to receiving and being directed by higher forces, which include our own divine essence, at one with the source of all. This does not mean that we become a loose leaf blown about by the winds of fate. It means rather that we become like bamboo, strong within ourselves and able to move in this direction or that without losing our power. In fact, our flexibility can become part of what makes us a powerful instrument of divine creativity and healing. There are times when the Tao, the mystery of the source endlessly unfolding, calls us strongly to be flexible and stop fighting against the flow, and instead let it move us. It is the difference between trying to swim all the way to shore, not even knowing if we're heading in the right direction, but just thinking we could be, on the one hand, and allowing a cosmic wave to lift us, carry us, and deposit us on the shoreline, and the right shoreline for us, quickly and with grace. But why should it be so easy, you might wonder? The challenge is not to try and force life to unfold according to our whims and will, but to grow in trust, wisdom, self-love, and self-worth, so that we become capable of surrendering. The way is effortless, yet the journey to being able to surrender into the way is not always so effortless. We can make our molehills into mountains unintentionally. And so you are being asked to let go now, to relax, and allow life to do what it does, which is flow. Life, the Tao, is more powerful than any apparent obstacle. The Tao flows through all situations and presents natural solutions, no matter how unsolvable those situations may appear to be. It just needs to be allowed to do so. So we'll read the prayer to the Tao. Guide me, restore me, I trust you completely. Your wisdom, love, and joy lights my path, and the way becomes easy for me. Om Mani Padme Hum. We're going with the flow. We're watching the beautiful lotus of life unfold. And I love it. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of us. This is bringing beautiful things. We are ascending to a higher rung of the ladder. We are growing in spiritual maturity. And it's enough to make me tear up again. That's what it is. So next card, before I cry. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. Kuan Yin dances creative energy and light across the sky, causing blossoms to descend. In the same way, when we tap into our spiritual power of creation, we cause our life and all of life around us to bloom. Creation is a natural spiritual power within you, beloved. Force can slow down the process. It is time to stop striving and to allow your manifestation to occur. Trust, let go, and allow your creation to flow. Kuan Yin is a being of divine feminine power. She dances with the sky, the heavenly powers of inspiration, and as a result, life blooms around her. Kuan Yin brings you guidance that you are creating something important right now, something that is aligned with heavenly forces and is light, that is significant for the path of spiritual awakening on this planet. Whether you are fully conscious of it or not, it is happening. Your spiritual light is flowing into this physical plane with the intention to manifest certain life situations and circumstances. These manifestations are in accordance with your spiritual path, and Kuan Yin will support you in their manifestation with her sky dance, which calls the divine light of inspiration and support into earthly creation, so that we can experience the divine in form here on earth. The way of the sky dancer Kuan Yin is the Yin way, or the way of divine magnetism. And I'm going to add divine receptivity. Yin power is the consciousness and beingness that allows us to draw into our lives what we desire. We become attractive to it, attractive to wealth, well-being, peace, passion, purpose, friendship, support, success, and so on. Rather than going out and striving for it as though we don't have it within us already, we can grow in our ability to simply be and become simultaneously be and become simultaneously. Until we experience it physically in our lives, it is only a matter of time until it happens. To cultivate Yin power, to allow creation to manifest in your physical reality, you can focus more on allowing, flowing, surrendering, and participating in the greater flow, rather than the usual ways in the Western culture of doing, making things happen, forcing, intending, and holding. Kuan Yin guides you now to balance doing with being. Beingness is presence. It is appreciation. It is joyful stillness and wonder. It is the realization within that you are a spiritual magnet, and whatever you want to attract, you can, simply by cultivating the qualities you seek to experience externally within you. She guides you to sky dance with her now, to become receptive to heavenly energies, and to allow the manifestations to bloom like flowers falling from her divine feet. Prayer to the sky dancer. Beloved Kuan Yin, sky dancer blossoming with creation, I am one with the power of the divine feminine. I am one with peace, with creation that will manifest. I am love. I am surrendering. I am yin. I am blessed. I let go to receive. I let go to flow. Peace in my heart now fertilizes my creation to grow. Om Mani Padme Hum. And then final card, 35. The Book of Changes. Just like a beautiful but unusual melody, the divine plan is unfolding through your life, although it isn't always predictable. Kuan Yin is guiding in the right direction, even if you do not fully understand what is happening in your life right now. Allow Kuan Yin to bless you with trust in the unfoldment of your own divine path. The Book of Changes is always at play, helping us find our way. You are just taking a smarter route to your destination. I'm sorry if I'm buffering. I'm going to pull this a little closer, so hopefully you can hear me. Sometimes situations or circumstances occur that seem to take us away from our desired goal or cause us to question whether we need to take matters into our own hands to achieve our desired manifestation, even if we do not understand why something is happening the way that it is right now. With patience and experience, the wisdom and helpfulness of a situation is often revealed, and we can marvel at how we were assisted through the workings of a higher intelligence that we did not understand at the time. Just like an experienced guide on a mountaintop, Kuan Yin has traversed the spiritual path over many lifetimes to arrive at her enlightened and compassionate state. She is very wise, and she is blessing you with her grace, even if that grace seems to be a dark cloud, a delay, an unexpected disappointment, or even a wonderful new opportunity in a different direction. She can help you avoid pitfalls that you do not need to encounter if you trust in her guidance. She can read the Book of Changes and understand the divine path unfolding through you to help lift you on your divine path with the least struggle. You are being asked to trust and allow the circumstances in your life to unfold right now. If there are delays, don't force an issue. Let it settle and sort itself out with as little interference by you as possible. You do not have to let anyone take advantage of you, nor do you have to prevent yourself from expressing your truths and feelings about whatever is happening. However, you are being guided to trust that no matter what appears to be the case right now, this detour or unexpected situation is a blessing from the divine plan, confirmed by Kuan Yin, assisting you in avoiding unnecessary problems later on as she corrects your life direction and helps you move forward with greater grace on your divine path now. A prayer to honor the Book of Changes. Beloved Kuan Yin, thank you for your blessings of divine grace and assistance through my life as I allow the divine plan, the book of changes, with all of its wisdom, to simply flow with trust and faith. I now pray for the courage to trust in your goodness and assistance, to see the beauty and perfection of all life's situations, so that I may benefit from it greatly now. Thank you for your help. Om Shanti. May I feel your peace in my heart now. Om Shanti. So these are beautiful messages. Messages of trusting,